meet our requirements, we'll go ahead with it.
The Prime Minister is setting the record straight amid criticism from the opposition leader regarding the delay of the Grand Lucayan sale. Good evening, everyone. I'm Raven Davis. Thank you so much for tuning in. Last month, the nation's leader pledged that a sale would be finalized. In this report with our Devontae Hanna, we hear that the government is currently awaiting the fulfillment of requirements by the potential purchaser.
Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis is setting the record straight amid criticism from the opposition on its sale of the Grand Lucayan Resort in Grand Bahama.
What did they do? Question asked. We are failing. Let them just wait and see. We could say they failed.
In September, during its election victory anniversary, Prime Minister Davis told reporters the deal on the hotel would be finalized in 2 weeks. In a statement, however, opposition leader the Honorable Michael Pintard called it an idle promise, leaving the people of Grand Bahama, quote, disappointed yet again. To that, the nation chief says, wait and see.
First of all, they're the one who made the bad deal to buy it, and buy it in circumstances that they clearly were the inferior negotiator.
In 2018, the Minnis administration purchased the 542-room hotel for $65 million from Hutchinson Whampoa before its failed deal in 2020 at $250 million to Royal Caribbean and the ITM Group.
They bought it, right, at a price that we didn't think it was worth, and bought it with less asset than it really had. And I don't want to speak because that's looking backward.
In May 2022, the Davis administration entered a now collapsed $100 million deal with Electra America Hospitality Group. Today, with a renewed confidence, here's how the negotiations are going, according to the Prime Minister, to finally nab a sale.
We are still awaiting the potential purchaser to meet our requirements. And once they meet our requirements, we'll go ahead with it.
Today, Lighthouse Point remains the only portion of the 3-hotel property that is opened. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Devontae Hanna.
In other news, Margaritaville at Sea Paradise recently announcing its expansion by shifting sailing routes from Grand Bahama Island to Nassau, a move that has raised concerns among Grand Bahamians. The Minister of Tourism clarifying today that this change does not indicate a discontinuation of service to the island, but rather represents a restructuring of their routes.
The short answer is they're not discontinuing service to Grand Bahama. However, they are restructuring their calls. Some months there will be more calls than they currently have. Some months there will be less.
Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, the Honorable Chester Cooper, addressing speculation about Margaritaville's decision to stop sailing to Grand Bahama Island. He was responding to a question from opposition leader Michael Pintard in the House of Assembly. The cruise line ceased selling one-way tickets from Freeport to West Palm Beach in December due to a ruling by U.S. Customs and Border Protection, which found it violated U.S. laws. Cooper clarifying today that this issue is unrelated to the Bahamas government.
We anticipate that ongoing conversations with Margaritaville at Sea may cause some adjustment, but the short answer is they're not discontinuing Grand Bahama. They have released a sailing schedule of their calls for 2025.
DPM Cooper adding that the Ministry of Tourism has concerns regarding the scheduling. He says officials are actively engaged in ongoing discussions with the crews to address these issues.
We met with Margaritaville at Sea only a week ago when we were advised that there would be some adjustments, and we only received the adjusted call schedule yesterday. So this is new, and therefore we're continuing monitoring, and I'll make a further comment on it later as it progresses.
Just one station.
Well, it's a story you will only see on ZNS. The mother of Grand Bahama's 21-year-old murder victim breaks her silence tonight as she reflects on the memory of her son. In this report by our Shalia Roll, the grieving mother reveals the circumstances surrounding her son's fatal stabbing and shares a heartfelt message for the individual responsible.
The Wellington Heights community is now mourning the tragic loss of 21-year-old Kennedy Webb. Police reports indicate that Webb was stabbed multiple times in his lower body. Anishka Roll, the mother of the island's latest murder victim, says that she could never imagine coming home to her son being gone.
Now, my baby anymore. I don't.
The tragedy unfolding in the early morning hours of October 13th, 2024, when a group of young men became involved in a large brawl at a popular business establishment in Carval Beach. 3 of them were stabbed in the altercation, but Kennedy Webb's injuries proved fatal as he succumbed shortly after. His mother acknowledging that her son didn't always make the best choices, but he was still a good person at heart.
He didn't have a bad life. He didn't have a bad life. He had 1 or 2 little obstacles, but he wasn't a bad person. Kennedy was very loving. He was everyone to love him.
In a heartfelt Facebook post, the grieving mother expresses that she would cross any ocean for her children, as she has always stood in the gap for them. A video circulating on social media shows Anishka Roll protecting and defending her son during an altercation in a grocery store. However, Roll does not believe these 2 incidents are connected. She explains that her son's best friend was involved in the altercation, and her son tried to assist. The young man shared these words with her.
He said to me, "Mama, I have something to tell you." He said, "My best friend get killed for me."
While his mother is left grieving the loss of her 21-year-old son, she has a powerful message for her son's killer.
I forgive you all, whoever you are, but I won't forget. May the law and justice be done and deal with you all.
Police officials have confirmed that 5 individuals are in custody assisting with this active investigation. As for the 2 other stabbing victims, one has been released from the hospital while the other remains admitted in stable condition. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shalia Rule.
ZNS Weather.
As communities prepare for potential storm activity, forecasters are keeping a close eye on a tropical disturbance in the Caribbean that could develop into a tropical depression over the coming week. More details from a local meteorologist in this report. Residents are on edge as forecasters keep a close watch on a tropical disturbance in the Caribbean. As of Tuesday morning, there is a 60% chance this disturbance could develop into a tropical depression within the week and a 30% chance of strengthening in the next 48 hours.
It's just an area that they're going to watch. It does have potential, but we have to bear in mind that when you are in this season, the areas of main concern for us would be the Caribbean Sea and the Gulf of Mexico. That's at this time now. Usually any storms that come off the African coast, the likelihood of them to do any major development is a little bit technical for them.
Tyne says he's not overly concerned about the system, noting that current conditions aren't very favorable for its development.
What we do have a high-pressure system that is building over at least half of the continental United States. And that's going to be a very strong high-pressure system that is building and is going to be sinking into our area over the next couple of days. That's the first problem the system is going to run into. The second problem is that we also do have a strong upper-level jet that is sinking over the northern portion of Florida right now, and it's going to sink across the entire Bahamas come next week. Technically, systems that runs into those type of conditions are going to have a hard time developing.
Several forecast models indicate that the storm's path could be unpredictable, which Tyne says is a positive sign.
When you see the models are totally not in agreement, that means the system itself may fall apart or just stay as a tropical wave, or just become an open wave and just move into the area, bring in showers and thunderstorm activity.
Meantime, if the disturbance does strengthen, Tyne says we may see some impacts by the end of next week.
Like the 23rd, 24th, 25th, somewhere in that ballpark. Even if it doesn't form into anything, like I say, if it doesn't develop into a cyclone, it may still bring shower activity. So we still forecasting some wet conditions with the system.
Meantime, the Ministry for Grand Bahamas Collab Center recently serving as a temporary emergency operations center. But officials say a new center will be established in the Grand Union building in downtown Freeport. While the island fared well during the passage of conditions brought on by Hurricane Milton, the Disaster Risk Management Authority is focused on enhancing preparedness for future storms.
That's where the DRM authority has determined it's going to be, and so hopefully for any other system that comes up, that's where it's going to be. But again, this EOC was used as a temporary EOC, so that until they have that completed, and they're working on that.
Minister Moxie expressing confidence that the new EOC will be fully operational before the end of this hurricane season.
The exterior work, of course, has already been done. The interior, they've already started. They've already been storing a lot of the, supplies and equipment there in that space. And I think they're just finalizing some of the build-out of it. But that's where it's going to be. And yeah, that's where DRM has determined it's going to be. And that's who's responsible for disaster throughout the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, the DRM.
And still to come.
When we come back, Jamaica Bahama Imports makes a huge donation to the Grand Bahama Resilience Center. That story and sports highlights when we return.
Have enough things to worry about. Living in a world that can seem opposite of the things you are trying to accomplish.
I can need a little help with my system.
We're here to let you know that you don't have to go at it alone. Choose peace of mind. Choose comfort. Choose CB. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Come down and see what Dolly Madison has in store for you. Renovate and rejuvenate at Dolly Madison.
Dolly Madison. The Paint Fair family has made the move to their new location on Bellevue Lane off of Queens Highway. Visit the store and join the selfie competition to win free paint to remake your home. Follow them on Instagram or Facebook for all the details today. Calling all vendors. The 2025 Grand Bahama Young Canoe Parade vendor applications are now available. Collect your application from the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture on Regent Center East, West Explorers Way. The deadline is October 18th. For more information, call 351-6667. Elevate your customer service with the My Grand Bahama Customer Service Training 2.0 sessions run from October 30th to November 1st at the Susan J. Wallace Center. Register by October 25th at bit.ly/mygb. Limited seats available, so sign up today. Looking for something to wear this weekend? Step into the world of bad and bougie trends for stunning men and ladies outfits to must-have sneakers. Check out their new arrivals at number 10 Churchill Building, Uncle P's Building and Unit. Join the Ruby Jubilee celebrations honoring Reverend Canon Norman Lightbourne on his 40th anniversary of ordination. The banquet is Friday, October 25th, 7 p.m. at the Grand Lacayan Resort. Tickets are $125. The service follows on Sunday, October 27th at 4 p.m.
Here at Freeport Decorators, we have hundreds of products for you to choose from. Whether you're in the market for trophies, plaques, rubber stamps, corporate signs, any kind of interior signage, stamps, or seals, we're your one-stop shop. We feature glass, acrylic, crystal awards for every occasion. We build all the trophies here on site. Looking for a gift item? We feature pens, key rings, mugs, tumblers, barbecue tools, even bamboo cutting boards. Have something already? Bring it on down. Let us see if we can print that special something on it for you. Need a headstone? Memorialize the memory of your loved one with a beautifully lasered granite marker. Our store hours are Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. We focus on customization. So if you have an idea or a new concept, bring it on down or call us at 352-5557 or even WhatsApp your idea to us at 646-0777 and we will do our best to make your awards and recognition ideas a reality.
#1 team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Welcome back. In celebration of 30 years as a household staple in Bahamian homes and on grocery store shelves, Jamaica Bahama Imports is donating $5,000 to the Grand Bahama Resilience Center. The donation supports the center's mission of helping Bahamians overcome the challenges they face. Winston Pinnock, owner and founder of Jamaica Bahama Imports, says Grand Bahama needs all hands on deck to continue the journey of recovery and rebound to its former state before the devastation caused by Hurricane Dorian.
I have observed since the storm of 2019 firsthand the efforts that they have put in, them and their team, in meeting the needs of people who are struggling on this island, and especially in mental challenges after the depressing experiences of the residents of Grand Bahama. And so we believe that it is fitting for us in this season of celebration after 30 years in business and being supported by the Bahamian society community to do these contributions, but particularly to the Resilience Center today. And we want corporate Bahamas to step up, not only those in Grand Bahama, but in the Bahamas.
Executive Director of the Grand Bahama Resilience Center, Felicia McBride, shares her gratitude for the donation.
We like to say that our services are free to the public, but they come at a cost, and so we are so grateful when corporate Grand Bahama sees the work that we do, and like Mr. Pinnock says, put their money where their mouth is. And so we're grateful for this. This will go a long way in helping us to continue our mission.
In other news, October 17th is celebrated as International Credit Union Day worldwide and has been observed on the third Thursday of October since 1948. The day highlights the history and achievements of the credit union movement. Local operations manager Kimberly Russell says the primary goal is to raise awareness of the work credit unions and other financial cooperatives are doing globally while encouraging members to become more involved.
Credit unions are here to serve its members and the community. So you have a hands-on approach where your voice counts in a credit union. All of the funds and our profits, they remain in our community. We don't send them out of the country like a traditional bank would. Everything here is here to circulate and to build our community and make it stronger. And that's why we have products and services geared towards improving the lives of Bahamians, because I'm a member of this credit union and I want what's good for me, and in turn, what's good for me, I want what's good for you as well. And our theme is people helping people, and we take that motto through everything that we do.
In other news, Shabak International Ministries concluding their two-day workshop with a sold-out live recording concert at Jubilee Cathedral. Churches across the island participated, learning about vocal techniques, choir decorum, media insights, and the importance of praise and worship posture. The week culminating in a vibrant live recording where performers united to showcase their talents, music, and passion for worship.
It was a night of musical renaissance. Shabak International Ministries, the International Denominational Choir, and the Grand Bahama Workshop Choir wrapped up a much-needed two-day workshop with an unforgettable performance, with lights, sounds, and energy at full blast. Residents flocked to Jubilee Cathedral to enjoy gospel hits from over 55 churches, creating a vibrant celebration of faith and music. Shabak conducted several rehearsals, especially for the Grand Bahama Workshop Choir, and their hard work truly paid off. The special songs they performed came straight from the heart. The International Denominational Choir also taking center stage with songs of praise and worship. Also taking place, Shabak's director, Clinton Watson, took a moment to recognize employees from the Broadcasting Corporation Northern Service for their resilience and determination to keep the country informed during Hurricane Dorian. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Jolanda Thompson, Everest.
Thanks, Jolanda. The Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture paying special tribute to a number of young people on the island in continued celebration of National Youth Month. Shane Stubbs was there and provides the details in this report.
It certainly was a time of celebration here at the Calvary Temple Assemblies of God, as over 100 young persons were recognized for their outstanding talents and contributions by the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture. The Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Mario Bowleg, was on hand to make the presentations and had these encouraging words for the young people.
As you accept your awards today, remember that this is just the beginning. Use this recognition as a fuel to continue to pursuing your passions and to uplift those around you.
The Bahamas National Youth Choir putting on an exceptional performance. While honoring past Youth Division leader in the ministry, Carla Brown-Roker. Officials say it was a fitting illustration of this year's homecoming theme for Youth Month. Youth Division leader Sandina Neely charging each recipient to continue building their vision for the future.
Focus on your spiritual lives. Don't leave that out. And, of course, we want you to think about and to map out the types of impact you want to make, not just in Grand Bahama, not just in the Bahamas or this region, but indeed in the world.
Additionally, the Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ginger Moxie, giving the young people their flowers for their commitment to excellence.
The world is constantly changing, and you are the generation that will continue to lead the Bahamas into a new day.
LaShawn Knowles' selection amazed attendees, and as an award recipient, he and his fellow honorees say they felt seen and duly recognized.
I've actually been singing from a young age. I joined the Jazz Pop Band in 2022. It's an honor. I feel privileged.
I feel happy and proud of myself, and I just want to thank God.
I'm very grateful to be recognized, and I thank God for the opportunity.
And I'm just glad that they are giving a chance to represent the youths. Giving them to represent their talents and whatsoever.
Dolan Cartwright is this year's Youth Leader Award recipient. Meanwhile, the Grand Bahama Soccer Club receiving honors as this year's most outstanding youth organization. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shane Stubbs.
And that's a look at stories making news. Jay, what's coming up in sports?
Speaking of the Grand Bahama Soccer Club, they've been doing an excellent job over the past few years, and they were recognized for their work.
All right. Well, that's coming your way next. But first, here's a check on the local weather forecast.
Tonight's weather forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
'Cause it's so beautiful.
Have you been waiting for windows? Then wait no more. Cornet Bahamas have in stock now PVC sliding windows, casement windows, and impact sliding windows with mirror tinted glass, all in different sizes and styles. Call us at 352-1301 or visit any of our 4 locations in Freeport, Nassau, Abaco, and Eleuthera for the great products and great prices. Open 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturdays. Cornet Bahamas, dream, design, deliver.
Journey to a serene oasis. Relax. Rejuvenate. Renew. Welcome to Renew Day Spa. For appointments, call 352-RENU.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm self-insuring my investments, starting with this tarp.
We all remember the blue tarps after the storm. Let's make sure that we are covered with more than a tarp. Don't allow your investment to be at risk. Protect your investment with one of our insurance policies.
Nobody
does it better.
Ladies and gents, I'm Jay Philippe, and welcome to sports. We have a whole lot of sports for you, but let's begin with soccer, where the Grand Bahama Soccer Club received some special recognition. Here's Shane Stubbs with that report.
the Grand Bahamas Soccer Club receiving special recognition as the 2024 Most Outstanding Youth Organization at the recently held Youth Recognition Awards.
We feel incredibly blessed to be recognized. I mean, there's a lot of great organizations on the island, so to be named the top one in 2024 is incredibly amazing. So we're really pleased with that. And you know, a club is only as good as its coaches and its parents and its players.
Echoing the sentiments, Coach Donnie Knowles, who is eternally grateful to their youth coaches.
You know, we have a lot of youth coaches, and they do a lot, and you see they're very outstanding. And the parent support, it's incredible.
The club continues its work with young people at the YMCA each and every Saturday. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Shane Stubbs.
Next in sports, Some high school volleyball and junior girls play. BMES defeated Grand Bahama Academy in 2 sets. Mary Star got the win against Sister Mary in 2 straight sets as well. LIS was victorious versus Sunland in 2 sets, winning both sets 17-12.
I felt very confident going inside. I know that Sunland definitely has a good system over there with their junior girls and their senior girls. Well, all I was doing pretty much was just making sure my girls remember the simple fundamentals during their warm-up and say, hey, once you call for the ball, get the ball over during the serves. It's those simple fundamentals that wins the game.
And in senior girls action, LIS again with the win against Sunland. And that's your Wednesday check on sports. Your Facebook friend of the day is up next. Be blessed.
We all need to save. Save time, gas, and money. Shopping at Save More can help you do just that. Make us your first stop for all your prescription needs and medical supplies. Get all your health and beauty items at the same time. And don't miss our huge choice of snacks to satisfy your cravings. And the largest vitamin selection and over-the-counter relief products. Need diapers and other baby care items? First stop. The new section for makeovers, cosmetics, and beautiful jewelry will make you sparkle for that next special event. Save More Drugs, your more store.
The most important thing in life is family. And whenever you need reliable advice, you look to the people you know you can trust. At J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, we earn our clients' trust every day. Whether it's home, motor, travel, or commercial insurance, we've got you covered. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance, peace of mind.
Jade Champagne and the Rhythm presents 102.7 The Rhythm turns 3, and it's a big performance with Taurus Riley live. Taurus Riley live. Oh yeah, the hitmaker, the reggae icon, Taurus Riley live. Saturday, December 14th at the Grand Lucayan Ballroom. Doors open at 8 p.m., showtime 11 p.m. For 102.7 The Rhythm. Big birthday party with Taurus Riley. Live. Get tickets online now. TheRhythm3.com. And it's a big performance. Taurus Riley. Brought to you by Jade Champagne and The Rhythm. Saturday, December 14th, 102.7 The Rhythm turns 3 with Taurus Riley. Live.
Your #1 team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
And that's going to do it for us here in the North. I'm Raven Davis. Thanks so much for tuning in. A live look at the Bahamas tonight is on your screen. They're coming your way next.
News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, a groundbreaking and contract signing down in the Big Yard. The groundwork laid for the delivery of critical medical services on the island of Andros. Also, Also, we get an update on the progress of negotiations to get the beleaguered Grand Lucayan Hotel sold. Hear why the Prime Minister is debunking claims his administration's made an idle promise to get it done. And the measure of a man. Legislators pause to say thank you to former parliamentarian Philip Galanis, whose values, they say, helped shape a nation. The Bahamas tonight, the National Report starts now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. Tonight, the Davis administration's putting shovels in the ground in Mangrove Key for the construction of a multi-million-dollar clinic set to bring critical health care services closer to residents. Devontae Hanna leads us off.
High-quality medical care is just over a year away from arriving to Mangrove Key, Andros, as the Davis administration on Wednesday morning broke ground on a proposed $6.8 million clinic.
This clinic will be a symbol of our government's commitment to ensuring that no Bahamian is left behind when it comes to health care.
According to Health and Wellness Minister, the Honorable Dr. Michael Darville, once completed, the over 14 square feet clinic will include a morgue, a standalone medical waste building, as well as emergency medical cottages.
The facility will offer a wide cross-section of services, including laboratory, x-ray, ultrasound, telemedicine, and other IT platforms.
Now, shovels went into the ground today, but in the next 15 to 18 months, according to health officials, this property should be completed, and using technology, it should be able to connect to places like here, the Princess Margaret Hospital, in just a quick second.
This clinic will serve as a beacon of hope, bringing critical medical services closer to home and ensuring that no one has to leave these shores for basic healthcare needs anymore.
It was all smiles for Central and South Andros and Mangrove Key. Member of Parliament, the Honorable Leon Lundy, who, as the dotted line was being signed, revealed he couldn't be more proud of the critical point the clinic has arrived after its long planning phase that dates back to 2016. This is Prime Minister Davis touted. The clinic is a testament of his administration's plan for a complete overhaul of the country's healthcare system.
Our government has committed to building 2 new hospitals in Grand Bahama and New Providence.
We will renovate all of the clinics throughout the Family Islands and begin our footprint for the construction of new state-of-the-art clinics.
And with hard hearts and tow for contractors, Dr. Darville hinted to a jumpstart, revealing that more ambulances will arrive on the island of Andros in just 3 weeks. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Devontae Hanna.
Now back here in the capital, negotiations to approve the $275 million Four Seasons luxury hotel on Paradise Island come with some strict regulations. While touting the impact of this new venture, Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, Deputy Prime Minister the Honourable Chester Cooper lauded its impression on the local investment market.
Permanent beach access was not negotiable. And we are delighted to report that continued beach access for the public will be maintained. I think that is an important point. The Bahamas, as you know, has a growing tourism industry that's growing rapidly over the last several years. And we are constrained by the number of hotel rooms that we have. We are delighted, therefore, to welcome this mixed-use luxury family possibility to the offering of our product, and we anticipate that the high-end branding of Four Seasons will fit well into our overall product offering.
Two Roads Development Managing Director Taylor Collins says he's quite pleased with the terms of the heads of agreement.
Not only did we bring the beach access to the table, but we also have a dedicated vendor program that will bring the authentic Bahamian culture to the guest and other locals in the market. Access Industries has owned the Ocean Club since 2015. And this commitment to this project is their commitment to creating a world-class resort in the Bahamas.
And while we're on bigwig investments, the Prime Minister is renewing the call for patience as he rebuffs the opposition leader's criticism of his government's handling of the Grand Lucayan sale. In this report, our Devontae Hanna tells us how the Prime Minister insists negotiations are progressing despite past setbacks.
Prime Minister the Honourable Philip Davis is setting the record straight amid criticism from the opposition on its sale of the Grand Lucayan Resort in Grand Bahama.
What did they do? Question asked. We are failing. Let them just wait and see. We could say they failed.
In September, during its election victory anniversary, Prime Minister Davis told reporters the deal on the hotel would be finalized in 2 weeks. In a statement, however, opposition leader the Honourable Michael Pintard called it an idle promise, leaving the people of Grand Bahama, quote, disappointed yet again. To that, the nation chief says, wait and see.
First of all, they're the one who made the bad deal to buy it and buy it in circumstances that they clearly were the inferior negotiator.
In 2018, the Minnis administration purchased the 542-room hotel for $65 million from Hutchinson Whampoa before its failed deal in 2020 at $250 million to Royal Caribbean and the ITM Group.
They bought it, right, at a price that we didn't think it was worth, and bought it with less asset than it really had. And I don't want to speak because that's looking backward.
In May 2022, the Davis administration entered a now collapsed $100 million deal with Electra America Hospitality Group. Today, with a renewed confidence, here's how the negotiations are going, according to the Prime Minister, to finally nab a sale.
We are still awaiting the potential purchaser to meet our requirements, and once they meet our requirements, we'll go ahead with it.
Today, Lighthouse Point remains the only portion of the 3-hotel property that is opened. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Devontae Hanna.
Prime Minister Davis also commenting on the deal struck between the government and Pike Corporation, which had been finalized. Documents supporting as much, he says, will be formally laid in the House of Assembly in the upcoming weeks.
As I indicated earlier, all the documents related to our energy reform will all be laid one time. That includes all of the solar grids, the utility solar provider agreements. They are all under negotiation right now. We don't want to have piecemeal laying of these documents because it's a big picture. We don't want pieces left out. So when we have all them signed, they'll all be laid and you'll see them at that time.
Meantime, Works Minister the Honourable Clay Sweeting responding to his predecessor's comments about the increased cost of reconstructing Eleuthera's glass window bridge. Desmond Bannister has decried the bill, doubling from $50 million to $100 million. Minister Sweeting explaining that the increase in price is due to additional studies carried out by the Davis administration, adding that he has no desire to engage in a back and forth with the former minister.
The reality is that that funding was an estimate prior to COVID, prior to the complete engineering completed at the Ministry of Works. So the technical persons finally completed all of that, engaged the persons that needed to ensure that the glass window bridge was not just in the exact location, but elevated, moved over the Caribbean side, and those costs would have increased in that regard. So it's important that we get this thing done. For me, it's not about the back and forth. It's about the truth of the matter. And, you know, I don't want to go back and forth with the former Minister of Works.
You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more news in a moment.
At Commonwealth Bank, we offer affordable and flexible choices to get you back to financial fitness. Our personalized debt consolidation solution is built to fit any financial situation. One easy-to-handle monthly payment reduces your monthly expenses and gets you back on track to savings. Life is great when you're not weighed down by debt. Consolidate and live your best life with Commonwealth Bank, your leader in personal banking services.
KFC is giving you more to love with our KFC Bucket Meal with large size. Get the KFC Family Bucket featuring 8 pieces of juicy chicken, family fries, and 4 biscuits that feeds 4. A KFC Deluxe Bucket with 10 pieces of delicious chicken, 2 larger sides, and 4 biscuits that feeds 4 to 6. Or a KFC Party Bucket with 15 pieces of our chicken, 3 larger sides, and 6 biscuits that feed 6. And we'll handle the dishes, plates, and utensils included, so you can lick your fingers and reach. KFC knows value, and it's finger licking good.
Experience the difference with BTC's fixed services. Whether you're working from home or enjoying family time, BTC ensures you're always in touch with the people and moments that count. BTC isn't just a service, it's a lifestyle. Stay connected, stay inspired, and live your best life. BTC.
From paradise to paradise, Bahamas Air invites you to embark on a seamless island journey from the sun-kissed coast of Nassau, the Bahamas, to the rhythmic shores of Montego Bay, Jamaica. Soar high above a turquoise tapestry on the most trusted airline in the Caribbean. Our inaugural flight takes wing on November 17th, 2024. Don't delay. Book your idyllic escape today.
$10 deal. Available only at Marco Southwest, Prince Charles, Village Road, and Robinson Road. Fine. Let me see what it's about. I'll take 20 of those, please. Wait. You good? Yeah, bro. Marcos, get this new deal. Get yourself a large one-topping pizza for only $10. $10? Yeah. Thank you. You're welcome. Hey, I need 30 of them $10 carry-out pizza deal, please.
The news is brought to you by Bahamas Striping Group of Companies.
You're looking at a shot of the Margaritaville Resort just west of downtown Nassau. Welcome back. The government's pushing ahead with its plan to impose a 15% tax on large multinational enterprises, pulling in an annual consolidated revenue of or above 750 million euros, or some 818 million US dollars. And to ensure it has the legislative leeway to do so, earlier today it laid on the table of the House of Assembly the Domestic Minimum Top-Up Tax, or DMTT bill. Now, as the government has long argued, not collecting such funds means another jurisdiction will. The lion's share of the revenue generated to be directed to debt reduction and reducing the cost of living for Bahamians.
This bill reflects comments received during the public consultation period, which was extended by 2 weeks and ended on the 30th of September 2024. During the debate, the government side would go through this bill in detail and provide an analysis of the policy considerations which went into this bill. The consultation paper foreshadowed the government's intention to introduce some form of incentives to reduce the cost of doing business in the Bahamas. These incentives will be laid out in a companion piece of legislation. These incentives would, when introduced, impact all businesses, not just businesses which qualify for the DMTT.
And speaking of incentives, Saxuma and Ragged Island MP, the Honourable Chester Cooper, disclosing in the House of Assembly this morning that during the consultation process, it was suggested that any new incentive regimes be aligned with attracting new business developments in key economic activity like tourism, finance, technology, and energy.
In this regard, consideration could also be given to incentives associated with employment, capital expenditures, training, local content spend and research and development costs, the creative industries, and extraterritorial turnover. The government acknowledges the importance of developing this new regime, which would need to apply broadly across businesses in the Bahamas. Consequently, the view was taken that a separate bill be crafted to reflect the final position of the government and submitted for consideration during the mid-year budget exercise.
Time also carved out in the House this morning to pay tribute to a man whose contributions are said to have extended far beyond the walls of Parliament, where he served as both a House member and senator. Taking the lead for the government, Deputy Prime Minister, the Honourable Chester Cooper, whose glowing sentiments were shared by his cabinet colleague, Fort Charlotte MP Alfred Sayers, as well as Killarney MP Dr. Hubert Minnis and opposition leader Michael Pintard.
His passing leaves a deep void, not only in the hearts of his family and friends, but within our entire country and this honorable chamber. Philip was a man of vision and conviction, a man who believed deeply in the potential of the Bahamas.
Thank you for sharing Phil with us. And even today, as we pay respects, his legacy will never die.
I've always said Cecil Wallace Whitfield, Bernard Nordich, and Philip Galanis were the prime ministers that we never had. I was prepared to place both Philip Galanis and B.J. Nordich in my cabinet because they were nationalists first.
He has gone out of his way over the years to reach out to young politicians and activists and to have discussions with them about the way forward.
Meantime, the first draft of the labor reform white paper is completed, clearing the way for officials to move ahead with the review and approval process. Now, that draft legislation outlining recommendations for reforms, which include changes to the Employment, Public Service, and Industrial Relations Acts, along with general orders. All in all, 255 recommendations focused on enhancing worker protections, promoting business growth, and ensuring fair and inclusive labor practices. Proposed new policies speak to paternity leave, mental health leave, and remote work, the strengthening of existing anti-discrimination laws, and the introduction of equal pay for equal work, also recommended for consideration. The next steps in the process, the reform process that is a review by Labor and Public Service Minister, the Honourable Pia Glover-Rowe, and her team, presentation of the draft to Cabinet for approval, and further consultation with key stakeholders before the first draft of the bills can actually be prepared. We'll talk about a surprise you didn't see coming this morning, as Danielle Dean tells us after half a decade of request for new living arrangements, a Bahamian paid a visit on the dilapidated home she'll soon bid farewell.
A dream come true for a 51-year-old Bahamian woman who had been wanting to move out of her Newbold Street home for years after the Department of Housing delivered the news that in just a month she could be moving into a government apartment.
I didn't want to get too excited because I want to see show.
This is the story of Nikita Neely, who said because of high blood pressure, she had 3 strokes, which caused brain damage, resulting in recurring seizures. Neely says she has been medically retired from the Ministry of Health for 5 years, adding that living in the dilapidated structure would not have been her first choice.
Well, when I came here to live, this was the only choice I had because my mother died, and how my sister was in it because she was there without doing sickness until she died.
She plans to take peaceful rest when she gets into her new apartment, she says. Meanwhile, Supervisor of the Public Rental Units Administration with the Ministry of Housing and Urban Renewal, Rayford Rigby, boasts Neely is not the only one the department plans to assist.
So far, these government rentals have been neglected over the years. So in the coming months, we are doing some major renovations that we are able to assist some people.
Well, with the tentative deadline of a month from now, Rigby reassures
this is a collective effort and we're finally going to get the job done this time for sure.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Danielle Dean.
Stay with us. After the break, the Bahamas joins in on World Food Day celebrations.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Folk Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
One of the biggest decisions you will make when remodeling a kitchen is the design choice for your kitchen cabinets. Whether you want your kitchen to look modern or traditional, the Casablanca White Shaker cabinets will make a sound choice. Stop into Conard Bahamas today and let them enhance your kitchen with the Casablanca White Shaker cabinets. At Conard Bahamas, they also carry an array of Calacatta quartz countertops. Conard Bahamas, Sandyport, Nassau, Freeport, Grand Bahama, Abaco, and Eleuthera.
Over a decade ago, the Bahamas Striping Group of companies was birthed out of a passion to change the way we travel. From only a $5,000 grant, the tenacity and work ethic has propelled BSGC to one of the leading road management companies in the Caribbean. We pride ourselves on going the extra mile where others won't, through the use of our state-of-the-art equipment and our certified team. Although the success is commendable, the road has been long. Yet, the mission continues in striving to be a world-class organization ran by Bahamians for Bahamians. With the help of our experienced and hardworking team, we at the Bahamas Striping Group of companies are committed to making a difference, one road at a time.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station. Open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
Officials taking the message of food security and sustainability directly to the schools as part of today's World Food Day observances. Corval Pyfrom reports why reaching this young audience is critical in the fight to stopping world hunger.
At Columbus Primary School this World Food Day, the Bahamas Agricultural and Industrial Corporation displayed locally grown produce, avocados, pumpkins, onions, and bananas. The focus of the day is eradicating global hunger and bolstering food security. Newly appointed BAIC Executive Chairman and former Columbus Primary student, Senator Darren Pickstock.
Food is a fundamental right. And the BAIC is playing an important role in making sure that we achieve food sustainability. And so what we are doing is we are supporting our local farmers all around the length and breadth of the Bahamas. We are coming and educating students about the importance of food and being involved in the process of securing and ensuring that we have food security in the Bahamas.
Senator Pickstock joined Agriculture Minister Jomo Campbell to raise awareness of food security on this World Food Day, now into its 79th year. Despite there being no shortage of food produced on a global scale, the UN says more than 730 million people still live in hunger. Minister Campbell highlighting the theme of this year's observances, the right to foods for a better life and a better future.
We've gone through the length and breadth of Nassau trying to establish our agricultural connection with the schools to assist with the increase in awareness and education, educating our younger and our future generations as to the importance of food security, the importance of buying Bahamian, supporting our local farmers. And what we have done thus far is ensure that all, if not most, if not all of the schools in country have an agricultural program where they have their own backyard farming going on. We also have them interested and excited in marine resources. And we have done, as of today's date, almost 1,000 backyard farming kits.
And officials also hoping to drive home the message on this World Food Day that no one should go hungry. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corval Pyfrom.
Well, we're going to give you a taste of what Access Now is serving up, and for that we turn to LaDawn and Marcellus.
Because let me tell you, our neighbors over there at BIS are celebrating 50 years of broadcasting, and I think us here at television, we're about to celebrate 50 years. You know that,
I think it's something like that. I can't concentrate because y'all keep talking about serving up and being hungry. Now I need something to eat. All right.
It's getting your brain working right.
Yes.
So stay with us. Our feature story is up next.
For all of life's twists, turns, and defining moments, RBC is a plan for all of you.
With BGC's crystal clear mobile service, stay connected seamlessly, whether on land or at sea. Our reliable postpaid plans keep your loved ones closer, no matter where life takes you.
The Ministry of Education and Technical and Vocational Training continues to promote safety.
SROs have been deployed in all public junior and senior high schools across the nation. These SROs are members of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, specially trained and internationally certified by instructors from the National Association of School Resource Officers. This training has equipped officers to develop successful relationships with diverse students and support students with behavioral challenges. School safety indicators have shown that school safety has been improved and schools are becoming safer. Statistics from the Royal Bahamas Police Force for the spring 2024 term indicates a 17% reduction in school incidents. There is still lots of work to do. This year, we will begin to deploy SROs to primary schools, as early positive youth intervention is critical to success.
National Youth Month, the spotlights on some of our exceptional trailblazing young people. Our Danielle Dean spoke with a Bahamian student leaving a major mark at his overseas university.
McKelton Johnson, a senior at Alabama A&M University, beat the odds to become the school's lead escort after experiencing what he called a culture shock.
Coming here, I wasn't sure how I was going to adopt or adapt their way of learning.
Royal Court lead escort, an esteemed position at the university, was bestowed upon Johnson after the director of student activities admired his dapper look as he headed to class.
She gave me the link to go ahead and check out what they're all about. I went in to do the interview because it is a selection process.
The 22-year-old college major reflects his hope of being a successful businessman.
I would sell the little tuck shop gifts, and I would package those and sell them to my peers, or I would order their lunch and charge them to order their lunch through me. And so I just knew when it was time to come to college that I would study business administration and learn how to actually run a company, how to manage people, how to make sure operations go off smoothly.
But that's not at all where his aspirations end. On his to-do list, becoming the Prime Minister of the Bahamas.
I've always said to myself, well, I don't want to be one of those Bahamians that complain. Do not go there, vote. Do not go and there to put in the work to make the change. And I said to myself, well, what is the best way to make that change? And I said, well, it's to be the Prime Minister of the Bahamas. And so I've been manifesting it for the past few years and working towards those goals.
Danielle Dean, reporting for The Bahamas Tonight.
Well, we wish him all the best here at the Broadcasting Corporation. And that does it for the National Report. But stay close. The Bahamas Tonight continues with Access Now.